Hey guys, it's Alan from Stillwell Performance. It's Friday afternoon and we wanted to take the time to do another 4CES video as far as what we're finding with the fork through our tuning, racing, also give you some updates on the 2015.5 factory editions as well as the 16. As you know, we did a video when we first started tuning on the 4CES fork, and a lot of what I'm going to talk about will be an update from that. So if you haven't viewed that, feel free to hit us up at stillwellperformance.com or find us on our YouTube channel and you can view that. So specifically, we've got a solid racing, tuning, and riding time on this fork now. And it's been interesting to see the minor changes that have happened from the 13 Husabergs to the 14 KTMs and Huskies, and then 15s, and then into the new 15.5 and 16 KTMs. And so there's been some minor changes in the fork, really nothing revolutionary. In 2015.5 from the factory editions, and we'll just call those 16s going forward. The 16s, they actually pulled off the hydrostop system and replaced the current 15 bullet with a smaller one. So that's one of the main changes we saw. We did see some of the normal valving changes and things like that, and overall the testing feedback and the racing feedback we got from both our riders as well as customers was that it's not really a lot better. In fact, in a lot of ways it's actually worse. We went to work on the fork with the 15.5s. We started testing with Ernest for motocross, off-road, high country stuff, desert, you know, across the board. We came up with some really nice settings. The way we arrived at those and what we have in those 15.5s and 16s is actually pretty much different than what we've done on the earlier ones, and that's due to the internal changes they made as far as the hydrostop and things like that. The other thing that we found as we started to see a couple years on these forks now is that there's some issues internally with them. If the tuner or the rider, selects too light of a spring rate or their valving is off or something. So as I said in the first video, a lot of the business that we see coming through here is second time around. So we've seen things coming out of forks that damper rods like this are just completely wadded. And this is from bottoming. This is from excessive bottoming, where the energy of the bottoming and the flex of the fork has no place to go. On this dampener rod, this one wasn't bent as bad, but the chamber separator here from the bottom to the top chamber separator had the bushing blowout, the seal blowout, a lot of slop in here, and if you can see, the plastic cone here was just crushed by the spring guide because it just bottomed too hard. We've also seen in extreme cases where the volume separator spring has actually locked up. It looks like it's coil locked in there. It's been difficult to even get it open to look at it, but again, that's due to bottoming. We've seen one fork come in that the bottoming was so excessive that actually the damper rod tube bent. So 16 stuff. The fork is still pretty much the same. There's honestly, when you take it apart and look at it on a bench, there's not a whole lot of difference. As far as performance-wise, it's roughly the same. It still needs a lot of help. So we went to work on that. The same problem exists that I said in the first video, is that this fork is oil starved. So we not only do our Pro Valve pistons that offer a lot of more flow, and we're also doing some things in the rest of the fork to improve the flow as well. So it was pretty simple to get the 16 baseline done based on that principle that the fork needs to just work more efficiently. The problems that we've seen in the last couple years with these things coming in is a lot of it is attributed to not just too soft, but the fork flexes a lot. We've seen extremes where, like these parts being bent, we've also seen where the the anodizing is just being chafed off from the fork cap, actually working its way back and forth within the top of the tube and the thread. So when that's clamped in a triple clamp, you know that there's some serious flexing going on. One of the ways to solve this problem is to actually make the sliding surfaces, because of the flex, a lot smoother. And that's where these coatings are coming in. This is called Kashima coating. It's a proprietary coating that comes out of Japan. It's amazing for aluminum. So we send these over, we have them coated up, and as your bushings on the top of this fork leg are sliding up and down in that tube, it makes a dramatic improvement as far as the feel of the fork. So we mate that up with diamond-like composite coating on the bottom of the fork, and this does the exact same thing, as the seals can slide over this with a lot less stiction. So as soon as we went to the Kashima coating and DLC and packaged it together with all of our other solutions, you know, bladder kit on the shock and pro valve pistons, the changes in valving and springs and preload and oil height we're making inside the fork, this thing went to, you know, quite frankly, world-class levels from what our customers and our racers are telling us. It's something that, you know, we're pretty happy with as far as the result goes. The 16 fork at the end of the day will be able to provide exactly the same performance that, you know, you've seen and read about. The A kit, you can read about that in the latest issue of Dirt Bike Magazine. They took and had us build a 300 for them, and we A kitted front and back, and it worked very well for them off-road. So I wanted to give you a quick update on Friday afternoon before everybody gets out there and pins it this weekend, but feel free to check us out. We have a complete section dedicated to just 4CS on the website at www.stillwellperformance.com, or give us a call here at the shop. We'd be happy to talk about our experiences with this and the results we're getting, and, you know, how we can help you. So get out there and ride and keep it pinned. One take, mother.
Bang, bang.